Let me tell you what an absolute blast I had doing coke, and with some fucking wild aliens. Yeah, they fucking exist. I saw them. I even talked to them. They fucking knew English, for fuck's sake. I had a blast, aka I feared death was just around the corner. Aka they did something to me from which I'll never mentally recover, aka God, I wish this never happened. You think this might be cool, right? Oh, look at this dude. He went on a UFO, and they gave him alien cocaine shit, and probably told him a few intergalactic classified information and other shit like that could not be further from the truth. The title of this experience might make you think, I had tons of fun with these creatures, but I assure you that was absolutely not the case. In no way, shape, or form did I enjoy being abducted by these humanoid gray creatures. Not a good time. I will keep this short because I don't remember being with them for more than 3 minutes. Let me break it down for you. I was returning home from the bar on a windy Friday night. I went there alone because it's always cheaper to drink alone. Got wasted and decided to walk it off. No Uber, Lyft, or Bolt rides. Just my 2 trustworthy legs. The way back home was creepy enough for sober people. So imagine what it was like for me, barely managing to walk straight. At one moment, I heard a voice calling my name. Jack, it said. It sounded mechanical and resembled the cold start of an engine. I turned around and saw no one there in the open fields. I sped up, thinking maybe I had imagined it. Alcohol can cause hallucinations too. Jack, Jack. The cacophony of voices made me feel dizzy. Out of thin air, small silhouettes of humanoid creatures appeared. I glanced at them. They stood no more than 4 feet tall, their lipless mouth showing 4 rows of serrated, chattering teeth. Big oval eyes blinked both vertically and horizontally. The top of their heads was skinless and boneless, showing a brain-like organ. Green phosphorescent liquid circulated through it like electric impulses. I couldn't move and felt like the creatures kept me in place. They all extended their arms that ended in frog-like fingers and grabbed me. After that, I lost consciousness. I floated, weightless in a black, infinite abyss. I woke up lying flat on a metal table. The creatures studied me as if I were a lab rat against my will. I rose up and stood on my ass, feet dangling in the air. Go there, Jack, one of them said inside my mind. I looked exactly at the one who did this, and the damn bastard smiled, his ugly teeth chattering in excitement. It pointed to a small glass table with 4 metal straws and 4 lines of an unknown powder resembling gunpowder. Only it shone as bright as the stars. I tried to speak, but they didn't let me. What are you? I managed to think. We are travelers from distant worlds, from long-forgotten planets. We've always been here with you, studying your kind, observing what you do to yourselves. Your kind is doomed. Extinction will soon come, and you will burn. They all said in my head. What do you need me for? I'm a nobody, I replied. That's exactly why we chose you. You're a nobody, and no one will miss you when you're gone, they said all together. You're worthless, doing nothing all day, throwing your life away. You're rotting on the inside anyway, so there is not much left for you. The 3 of them joined me in snorting the powder. When I removed the metal straw from my nostril, A blinding wave of light hit me and blasted me against the wall. I looked around and saw burning buildings, people dying. The oceans boiled and millions of creatures floated with dead eyes on the surfaces. Entire forests burned, and the end was nigh. Shuttle-like objects flew from the earth and into the sky above, getting smaller and smaller as they left the atmosphere. Only the lucky ones managed to escape. The charred bodies of millions of people lay scattered around the concrete streets. The screams of the ones who still lived were deafening. The next thing I knew, I was above the earth, floating in space. Those shuttles drifted around me. Families with terror-stricken faces sat in them, glancing into the great nothingness of space. I turned my head to our planet only to see it exploding into a million pieces. The brightness of it brought me back. I tried to scream, but again, I couldn't. Why are you making me see this? I ask because if you tell about your experience, no one will believe you. What you just saw is the end of your kind. It's getting near. All the wars you wage against one another, the violence, the destruction of your planet under the guise of progress will lead to that exact same moment. Those few lucky enough will fly away to other planets, but they will die too. Eventually. That means your race will be extinct, and no traces of it will ever remain. They replied. They made me lie on the table again. I could only move my eyes and saw that from the ceiling of what I assumed was their ship came a sort of mechanical arm with one big needle in its center. It came closer to my forehead until it punctured it. Blood came out of my ears, and the pain was unbearable. A loud ringing made me want to die. You'll hear from us again. Hopefully, you'll have turned your life around the next time we meet. In the meantime, we left a present inside your brain. So long, Jack, they said in my mind. I lost consciousness again. Slowly coming back, I heard people talking around me, but couldn't understand what they said. I opened my eyes and saw myself lying in a hospital bed. A major migraine kicked in, and my ears hurt like hell. I caressed the side of my face to see if I had any blood and felt it had already dried. The doctors had already patched the wound on my forehead. Sir, you've been in an accident. You've been walking in the middle of the road, and a car hit you. Lucky for you, it didn't have high speed. Otherwise, a young blonde nurse said, "What happened to my forehead?" I asked, curious to see what the nurse would say. "We have no idea about that, sir. It's like something stung you, but there's no need to worry about that." "All shall pass," she said, a creepy smile widening her mouth. For a moment, I thought I saw her glitching behind those lips for just a second, were 4 sets of serrated teeth. "You should rest now. The end is near." Last of the what? I jumped. "The end of your stay here with us, sir. You should be going home in no time. You should rest now." All she said sounded mechanical. I glanced at the night sky through the window and saw nothing but pitch-black darkness. The nightmares I have will never leave me. All I know is that the end is near.